Welcome to another Moviestorm video tutorial. This time we'll look at how to customize your movie set to better suit your needs. This tutorial was designed for Moviestorm version 1.1. I've already created a new movie and I've chosen one of the stock sets. I'm going to make a few changes to the set to get it just the way I want it. Any changes you make to your set will only affect the version of the set in your movie. The original stock set will be unaffected. Any changes you make to your set need to be done in the Set Workshop view. You can switch to the Set Workshop view anytime by using the hammer and saw icon here. The first thing you'll notice when you switch to the Set Workshop view is that the walls of your set, which were hidden in the Director's view, are once again visible. Moviestorm hides the walls when you're working in the Director's view to make it easier for you to see what's going on. You can move your viewpoint in the Set Workshop view using the same controls as for the Director's view. If you want to learn how to move around the set, take a look at the first Moviestorm tutorial, Moving Around. The easiest change you can make is to change individual set objects. Most objects on set can be changed simply by left-clicking them. Objects will usually have several variations to choose from. They'll be presented in the bottom panel here. You can also change the colour of most objects using the Change Colour button. This works in the same way as other tintable objects, for example tintable costumes in the dressing room. These 6 buttons are the key to making more complicated set changes. Let's start off by adding a door to a wall. Click the Work on the Walls button, and from the sub-menu that appears, choose Add a Door to a Wall. Moviestorm displays a list of all the doors you have available. Actually, you'll find windows and fireplaces in this list as well. You can see that as I hover my mouse over each item, Moviestorm displays a quick 3D preview of the item. To choose an item, left-click it. When I move my mouse over the set now, you'll see there's a ghost image of this door attached to my mouse. And as I move closer to a wall, the preview will snap to the wall. When you're happy with the placement of the door, left-click once again to confirm. You can customize your new door in just the same way as you've been customizing other set objects. Left-click to display the customization options. Most of Moviestorm's default stock sets are supplied with only 2 or 3 walls. That's because you'll often only film from one direction, so the 4th wall will never be seen. To add a new wall to your set, click the Work on the Walls button, and then choose Add a New Wall. Now when you move your mouse over the set, you'll see a vertical blue line attached to it. That represents the start of the wall. Left-click and drag to define your new wall. The wall will start at the point you clicked, and will end when you release the mouse button. Walls must start and end at the intersection of 2 floor grid lines, but they can be placed at any angle. To change the colour of your new wall, first right-click to exit wall creation mode, and then left-click the wall and choose a new colour using the Change Colour button. You can also add a textured wallpaper to the wall instead. To do so, click the Work on the Wall button, and then choose Paint a Wall. This time the Customization Options area shows a sample of each of the wall textures that you have available. Again, as you move your mouse over the textures, Moviestorm shows a larger preview. When you've found the texture you want, left-click to select it, and then left-click the wall again to apply it. The floor of your set can also be painted. To do so, click Work on the Floor and Ceiling, and then choose Paint the Floor. The texture browser appears again, this time showing floor textures. Painting a floor is slightly different to a wall. Left-click a texture to select it, and then left-click and drag to define an area of floor to be covered by this texture. In this way you can apply different textures to different floor tiles. Certain set objects emit light, but you can change the global lighting parameters of your scene in the Set Workshop view. Click the Lighting Setup button, and then choose Change the lighting for this scene. There are 2 light sources available for you to customize, the ambient light and the directional light. The ambient light doesn't appear to come from any particular direction, but will illuminate your entire scene. drag the brightness slider to increase or decrease the strength of the ambient light. You can also change the colour of this light, which can often have a very dramatic effect. To change the ambient light colour, click the colour button and choose a new colour from the swatches. The directional light, as the name implies, casts light over your entire set in a specific direction, and will cast shadows appropriately. You can set the colour and brightness in the same way as for the ambient light, but the directional light has two additional sliders. The direction slider controls the direction from which the light appears to come. As you move the slider, you'll see the light and shadow on your set update accordingly. The elevation slider moves the directional light source higher or lower above the set. You can think of it as the height of the sun in the sky. Shadows on the set will lengthen or shorten accordingly. Moviestorm has dozens of set objects to help you decorate your set, and with which your characters can interact. If you've purchased any Moviestorm content packs, you'll have even more. To browse all the set objects available to you, click the Add Objects to the Set button. Moviestorm shows a list of all your set objects. As usual, moving the mouse over an object will display a larger 3D preview. You can scroll along to the next few objects in the list using this button here. You'll probably find it easier though to narrow down the objects displayed by category. Click the Filter button to display the tag cloud. Clicking a word in this cloud will limit the set objects displayed to only those objects that have been tagged with this word. So when I click Domestic, only objects with the domestic tag will be shown. To place an object on set, left-click the object to select it, and then left-click it again to place it on set. You can change the object's position on set using the manipulation tools. Click this button to open the manipulation tools menu. Choose Move to move an object, and then left-click and drag. To rotate an object, choose Rotate, and left-click and drag. The Clone tool is a very useful one, which will allow you to quickly duplicate any object on set. Just click Clone, and then left-click a set object. A copy of the object will then be attached to your mouse. Left-click again to place it. To delete an object from the set, choose the Delete tool and simply left-click the object.